We'd like to call to order the Monday, March 16th business meeting for the Lewis County Board of County Commissioners. There is a quorum. And Commissioner Schulte, would you like to lead us in the flag salute?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'll take a motion for the approval of the minutes.
Madam Chair, I make a motion to approve the minutes for the March 9th, 2015 meeting.
I second that.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes of March 9th, 2015. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Public comment. We have Summer Chapman. And Summer, would you say your name and address before your remarks?
Yes, good morning. My name is Summer Chapman. I live at 2725 US Highway 12 in Salcombe. I'm actually here this morning to ask if you have a timeline and or a plan on the moratoriums for state licensed marijuana businesses. We have been very active in attending the Lewis County Planning Commission meetings, and we know that on February 10th, they actually approved to move forward their proposed zoning commission, or I'm sorry, their zoning plan, and so we were just curious this morning to find out what the next move is.
And the next move is coming from our community development department, so they will let us know when it's ready to proceed.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Any other public comment, Madam Chair?
That's it. Thank you.
I move to approve the notice agenda, 2 items, resolution number 15087 and 15088.
I second.
Yes. Mr.
Morning,
Walton.
Commissioners. Steve Walton, Budget Administrator, speaking to item number 1 on the notice agenda, resolution number 15-087, notice of hearing regarding the first budget amendment for 2015. Notice of the public hearing will be published in the Chronicle on March 17th and the 24th. The hearing will be held in this room on March 30th at 10 a.m. The amended amounts in this notice reflect a revenue increase of $299,302, expenditures increase in the sum of $2,370,525, and a decrease in fund balance of $2,071,223. Of note, the change in fund balance uses previously received revenue that was not appropriated in the original 2015 budget. Also of note, the portion of this amendment that affects the current expense general fund budget is a revenue increase of $45,611, an expenditure increase of $62,704 for an overall impact to the current expense general fund of $17,093. Changes to the dollar amounts that are noticed in this amendment will be highlighted during the hearing, which again takes place on March 30th at 10 a.m. Are there any questions?
I have one question. So out of the $2.3 million increase, where is the majority of that if it's not current expense? The
majority comes in the Distressed Counties Fund. Actually, over half of that amount comes from Distressed Counties Fund, and that's Fund 130, and that's $1.2 million. And what that is projects that were started in 2014 but didn't get completed and rolled over into 2015. So the money's there. It's just it wasn't appropriated for 2015. This was what does that. And then there were some capital facilities plan, Fund 310. There's a project in the jail for some new cameras that will address the make us come compliant with the PREA requirements. That's the Prison Rape Elimination Act. That was a $400,000 object. And Flood Authority had $102,000. So there's a variety of other miscellaneous funds. Again, the revenues are present, and we're just rolling them over. Okay. Any further questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Glenn Carter. I'm from the Prosecuting Attorney's Office, and I'm speaking as to item number 2 on the notice agenda, which is Resolution 15-088. It concerns a matter, notice of hearing with respect to a proposed ordinance 1257, which deals with unmarked cars. This matter has already been heard on various occasions, but it is being heard again on April 6th at 10 a.m. before this board, and it concerns a change to the proposed ordinance 1257. And the change deals primarily with traffic control. You'll remember that right now, under existing state law, unmarked cars can be used for special, undercover, and confidential investigations. What this ordinance does is to extend the grant that's provided by state law at this time with an ordinance that's enacted by local government to use them for not only special, undercover, and confidential investigations, but also for general undercover and confidential investigations. Moreover, it allows the use of unmarked cars for non-routine traffic control. Our intention here and the change that we've made since the last time that we were before you and before the public with respect to the hearing was to change the recitals with respect to Ordinance 1257 to make it clear that we're not asking for routine traffic control by unmarked cars. There are going to be occasions with the limited resources that the Sheriff's Office has. We're a small county. Sometimes at night we only have 2 people, one out on the east side and one out on the west side, in addition to the folks that are on the central corridor. There may be times where someone is in an unmarked vehicle when they're needed in order to respond to a call that's being called in to the Sheriff's Office. There are going to be times where our resources are not extensive enough in marked vehicles, where some of the unmarked vehicles have to be used when a crime has been committed in the presence of that unmarked vehicle and the person that's driving it, or, for example, where we have special emphasis patrols. For example, sometimes the Sheriff's Office will be given a tip that there's a specific building that's being used for drugs, that drugs are perhaps being dealt out of that building. There may be emphasis patrols around that building, and they may include unmarked cars. Because if you had a bunch of cars that had their lights going, or lighted or marked cars, that could compromise the investigation with respect to those drugs. So there will be occasions other than routine traffic control where an unmarked vehicle could be of use and value to the Sheriff's Office. And the intention behind 1257 is to add, of course, the general undercover and confidential investigation work, but also to make it possible for non-routine occasions like I've indicated and as are indicated in the proposed ordinance. There also, as you'll remember, there are in our agency, if you call local government an agency, and for purposes of the state statute we are, there are times where departments other than the Sheriff's Office might be involved with respect to a family support investigation, or might be involved in an investigation that requires the use of an unmarked vehicle. Those are probably rare in our county, but the state law permits for it to happen, and this ordinance would permit that as well. So that hearing will be held on April 6th, which is a Monday at 10 a.m. in this room. Do you have any questions I could answer?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the notice agenda items 1 and 2, resolution number 15-087 through 15-088. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Madam Chair, I move to approve the consent agenda, items 3 through 6, resolution number 15-089 through 15-092.
I second.
All right, so the first one, resolution number 15-089, is regarding warrants, 335 regular warrants for a total payment against the county, $2,235,025.12. Item 4, Commissioner Stamper.
This resolution is to fulfill the membership for the Packwood Industrial Park. And it is now, I'm happy to report, it is now, the body is now complete.
And who's the new person that's being added? Or I think he was on the board before.
Dave Linder.
Okay, thank you. Number 5. Thank you.
Good morning, Commissioners. Before us, we have a resolution.
And your name?
I'm sorry, Stacy Brown from the Sheriff's Office. The Civil Division of the Sheriff's Office has compiled a list of delinquent accounts receivable to collect civil service process fees, and all efforts towards the collection of these accounts has been unsuccessful, and our statute of limitations has expired. The list that we presented to you shows that these accounts are considered to be non-collectible, and they're more than 6 years old, totaling $1,674.90. So we are requesting the resolution be passed, as it's in the best interest of the county to authorize the write-off and cancellation of these delinquent accounts due to the expiration of the statute of limitations.
The majority of these just leave the county and we lose track of them?
Some of them, but actually, sir, we have changed our process with Superior Court, where many of these were coming down. They were not requiring people to pay the fee ahead of time, and now they're coming down and paying it before it's served. So hopefully we won't see this again.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning, Commissioners. Tim Elsey, Public Works Director, speaking to item number 6 on your consent agenda, and this is resolution number 15-092, approving a local agency agreement and federal aid project prospectus with the Washington State Department of Transportation for the County Safety Program Phase 1 County Road Project, and this is CRP 2174A. The County Safety Program Project Phase 1 is listed as priority number 8 in Lewis County's 2015 to 2020 6-year transportation improvement program, and it was adopted via resolution number 14-306. This resolution, well, the project is funded through the Federal Highway Administration's Highway Safety Improvement Program, and it's for $107,448 with a 10% local match requirement, but only for the preliminary engineering. So the local match requirement is for $1,164. The total project is $108,612. And this resolution would authorize the chair to sign a local agency agreement and federal aid project prospectus for reimbursement of expenses for this federally funded project.
Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda, items 3 through 6, resolution numbers 15-089 through 092. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Madam Chair, with no further business, I move we adjourn.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried.